Hello, lovers. And I'm going to start off specifically saying hello, lovers, because I'm going to do a whole new different thing. For those of you that are new, or for those of you that have never seen me, if this is your first time here, welcome. When I say lovers, I'm not talking about sex. I know that the title of this video says, let's talk about sex. And that's kind of what we're going to talk about. You know, I'm going to try not to take too long, not take too much of your time. So what does that mean when I say, let's talk about sex, but we're not going to talk about sex? Or I'm saying the word lovers, but I'm not talking about sex. Lovers to me are people who love, and people who don't get that, that term when someone like myself, a diva, or someone who works with the kinds of people that I mentor, people don't get what I mean, particularly with some of the spiritual background that I have. So one of the first things I wanted to clarify was that when I say lovers, I'm not talking about sex. I'm talking about love. So the next thing I was gonna share with everyone, I haven't thought of a name for this yet. I might just call it Let's Talk About Sex. I might do a Let's Talk About Sex Friday night thing. I don't know. I might not do it next week. Who knows? Check back, to be determined. So the next thing I put on the screen is this word compersion. And it came up this week in a few discussions that I had. And so I wanted to share some of my insight to this. I am by no means an expert. No one listening now or later should ever assume or presume that I am an expert. What I know has been given to me freely by other people that have come along the way in my life to mentor me. So compersion, as it says, is a feeling of, I got to check my grammar better. Compersion is feeling happiness. Oh no, this is accurate. Or joy because of the happiness and or joy of another person. A lot of people at first glance, when they first hear this word or they first hear this definition, they think they get it. They think they get it. I was one of those people that thought they could get that. But the trippy thing for me with compersion was the reality of the fact that I'm human. On any given day, that is the best I'm ever going to be, is human. No matter how much I want to presume that I can be something different, I'm human. So what I mean by that, and where I'm going with this, is that compersion can trip people up. Actually truly feeling real true happiness for someone can be unattainable for someone if jealousy comes into play. And so I'm going to switch to the definition of jealousy, because I love dictionaries. I love anything that's going to, give me insight to something. Dictionaries are a big one. So jealousy, as it says, is feeling or showing envy of someone or their achievements and advantages, unfaithfulness in a relationship, fiercely protective or vigilant of one's rights or possessions. So when I read this definition now, and it's not the first time I've looked it up, it's not the first time that the word jealousy has come up. What comes to mind immediately is how overwhelming into many parts of human relationships this goes. This isn't just going to be in a relationship between me and another person. Jealousy, as it says here, is about being jealous of someone's achievements, being jealous of someone's advantages, being jealous of someone's, of course, there's the one that most of us can relate to right off the bat, which is cheating in relationships. The dynamics of love and sex. Okay. And then this last one, fairly protective or vigilant of one's rights or possessions. One of the spiritual discussions that myself and a couple of my other fellow divas and divos had this week was the very real jealous way that some people react when it comes to how people perceive a relationship with someone, the importance of who they are to that person, calling your best friend. Why do we have to do that? Why do we feel the need to do that? Friends are friends, family's family, lovers are lovers, whatever they are. who cares what they are? And if anyone who actually knows me knows, I don't like putting definitions on it. So going back to that thing about jealousy, the key for me, and this is what I was taught, was the key to jealousy, to get rid of jealousy or to dispel jealousy, of course, is processing that with someone, but also getting into this compersion, embracing compersion, accepting it in your life, being willing to not only know what it is, but also be willing to embrace it and practice it. I have a feeling, I hope not. Oh my God. Okay. I don't normally have these. Okay. Whew. Hopefully the sound is good. All right. So now I'm going to switch over. We got about 4 or 5 minutes left. I'm going to switch over to another part of this topic, this compersion and jealousy, and going back to what I originally said about using high lovers. When I do my diva meditations or when I do my diva stuff, I use that term. I'm working on a book, a comedy book, and it's one that originally started as just a funny comedy book about dating, the female diva dating. I use my stand-up persona for it, which is called the Amazon Beauty. Some people know this, some people don't. If you only follow the diva world of my life, you may not know that. You may not have ever seen my stand-up comedy. But I am going to share this right now, publicly live, which is part of why I'm doing this, because it's coming up, and it has come up. One of the most confusing conversations I've had with anyone who meets me for the first time is not understanding that just because my stand-up comedy comes from a place of like literally no bullshit, no sugar coating, no bullshit, no, it's just straight. Okay. And some of it's truth, meaning that the situation happened, and some of it is me making shit up. But it's based on real scenarios of what real women or real men have had to go through in their lives. And so it came up recently. I was dinged, and rightly so, a very good friend pointed it out, that I used the term fuckboy a lot. And I am not someone who advocates slut shaming. To me, that's not okay. It's never going to be okay. I 100% own the fact that I'm a sexually liberated woman who doesn't apologize for who I am, who I was, what I do, to whom. Sorry. No, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. So that led to this book I'm writing that I'm going to be working on later in the year to being a two-parter. So part of it is about the dating of the woman, the single woman, particularly a woman who is dating in a world of the young. And when I say young, I'm not talking about age. I don't date young men. I'm 51. Okay. But being 51 with old school ideas and old school practices in here and in my heart, and being Diva Dori, having studied Tantra, having practiced it, having done solo work as well as work with a former lover, it comes off very weird to hear some of my stand-up jokes because they are very blatant and they're very sexual. I shared just today, sex sells. Okay. It's the fact. Every single thing I've ever done, if sex is in the title, if sex is in the description, if sex is in the wording of any of it, in the tags, the metadata, it will get watched more than anything else. And if you are one of my divas and divos watching right now who has suffered at the hands of someone in an assault or abuse or otherwise, you know what I'm talking about. You know who you are. It can be very, very frustrating to know that that's what's going to get someone to watch a video. That's what's going to get someone to watch something. Click on it. So I'm going to try not to get too upset. So lovers, in response to that, I'm going to first read the stand-up joke and then I'm going to explain it from the Tantra perspective. from the diva perspective, from the spiritual perspective. So this is the joke. Okay, this is part of it. Oh, wait. Is that the part of the joke? Oh, my God. Hold on. Wait. Me. Oh, yeah. Okay. This is me speaking to someone. And this is based on a real conversation. I say, fine, using fuckboy is just as unacceptable as slut shaming. 100% will own that. I 100% agree. If you're about that life, you do you, boo. And I mean that. I really do mean that. And then the man replies with, but I like you. I thought you did Tantra. So if you don't know what Tantra is, if you have no clue what it is, you will never get this. But someone assuming that Tantra is about swinging, or it's about sex, or it's about any of those base physical instincts of gratification from lust, please go do some research, because you've got it wrong. So the response to that, in this conversation, my response was literally, oh, that's not it. Oh my God, I didn't do that part. Okay, so don't worry. I have it. I have my response. I'm gonna go copy. Okay, it's my live broadcast. Oh well. Oh my God. Okay, this was my response to him. I said, listen, up, Peter Pan. Which, I'll probably have to do some work to figure out, is that shaming, calling a guy a Peter Pan? I don't know. We use a whole different body organ than that. Tool you're swagging around with. So that's the stand-up joke. So in scope, in full scope, yes, fuckboy is unacceptable. It is slut shaming. It's not okay. However, what I'm saying in this reply is that someone who's coming at a woman, or if it's a man coming at a man, or if it's a woman at a woman, you can take all of that. I use the male-female examples just because. Okay? You do you, boo. 100% of the time, that's what people are going to hear from me. Okay, so the point in this punchline is very simple. Tantra, spirituality, a relationship with God teaches me, it teaches us, those that are divine, those that have gotten in touch with our Creator, those that practice divinity and spreading love, giving love. We work with this heart. We work with our heart. We work with something that isn't a body part. It isn't tangible. The word fuckboy is a term describing someone who's still acting and behaving from a place of lust, from a place of that, like I said before, the basic sexual instinct of a human. Which, again, going back to something else I said earlier, and I will repeat myself. You do you, boo. If that's what you want to do it. Be you. Because literally, like, let me take this away for a second. I am 100% unapologetically a sexually liberated woman. I don't answer to anyone when it comes to that. When it comes to that world. The only people I would ever need to answer to in regards to that would be my lover or my lovers. That's it. It's nobody else's fucking business. So if that's what a guy wants to be, if that's what a woman wants to be, if that's what the life they want to live, if that's what they want to do, more power to you. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to go in here and I'm going to tag her. But if you don't know who Kamala Devi is, you need to. If you're someone in our world, someone in my world who has suffered at the hands of someone sexually, or you're looking for something in that spiritual way, that connection or whatever. And Kamala would explain it way better than me. So I am going to come back to this post and I'm going to put all her links in my post. on the Diva page. Not that I care. It can be on all my pages. She, in her book, Sexual Healing, and I know that I'm not getting the name of the book correct, but I know sexual healing is in it. But the work I did from that book is why I do what I do today for other people. It's one of the reasons why I utilize this platform and utilize my reach to who I can. And I've had some weeks where I don't talk to anyone. I haven't mentored anyone. I haven't had anyone reach out to me. And then I have other weeks where it was just one. And then I have other weeks where I am overwhelmed, like this week, the last week that I've had in my life. I have been overwhelmed by the need to be where I'm at in life right now, where I'm at in my world right now. And this is a lot longer than I planned, and that's okay. That's okay. You guys know how to fast forward. You know how to rewind. So the last thing I want to share with you guys is something that I started following her on Twitter. It's called Leia Rising. I think that that's her @ it's @ Leia Rising. But she posted this on Twitter, and it quite literally, in my opinion, it goes right up there with you do you, boo. Literally, fuck anyone else's opinion. Is your inner child proud of you? Your inner child. I love this. I love this quote. It's very simple. It's to the point. So terminology aside, definitions aside, compersion and jealousy and fuckboy and all that shit I said, all that stuff I said. Literally, fuck anyone else's opinion. Is your inner child proud of you? And if you can answer yes to that, you've had a wonderful, great day. And even if you can't answer yes to that, guess what? You can have a wonderful fucking great day because you're on this side of the dirt. And as long as that's the case, there's only up. You know, I am never going to be anything other than human for as long as I live. That's it. It's never going to get any better than that. But until I transcend and go home, I am going to do what I do, and I'm going to try as hard as I can try to get to as many of you out there who need to be reminded that there's a reason you exist. There's a reason you were born. There's a purpose for you. Don't let anybody tell you different. Even if this inner child tries to tell you different, nobody can ever take that away from you. Life. Go live it. Choose it. I love you. I love you, my lovers, and have a great evening. And thank you for being here.